Well, hello everyone, and welcome to the second episode of Family Style Reviews, right?
Right. Yeah, right.
Yeah, and we just got back from seeing the new Todd Phillips, no relation to us, the Phillips, film, Due Date.
Due Date.
And basically, the plot, should I say the plot?
Okay.
I'll say
Planes,
it.
trains, and automobiles.
It's basically planes, trains, and automobiles mixed with Tommy Boy, mixed with road trip, mixed with a kind of a over-the-top kind of hangover thing.
Mixed up.
But basically the idea is Robert Downey Jr. has to get to it. Lulu, calm down.
The dog in the movie was way better than you.
Robert Downey Jr. has to get back home to see his wife who's pregnant.
For a due date.
Yeah, so for the due date. And they end up having problems on the plane because they're talking about bombs, and they both get... Zack Galifianakis and them both get kicked off.
Yeah, so he first meets him when he's getting dropped off at the airport, and they switch their luggage, and there's a bunch of stress over that, and so then they just meet up later, and that leads to the whole road trip and everything.
But it really sets up the same way it was in Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, with John Candy causing a problem, and then meeting up again later, back on the train, and then afterwards the same thing again, meeting up again after the thing. It was very much the exact same formula as Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
And then he tries to ditch
retelling with a little bit more postmodern effect and postmodern actors and Galifianakis or whatever the hell his name is.
Zack Galifianakis.
Zack Galifianakis. Who's funny in whatever he does. I mean, same like in Saturday Night Live. Remember how good he was in that?
I like him on Tim and Eric's show. That's pretty funny.
Juliette Lewis was on again.
Again.
She looks very pretty this time. Unlike
the last one with that bad teeth.
No bad teeth.
Right. Right.
Selling pot.
Yeah. So I feel like everybody in this movie that was doing the dupes would probably be dupe heads, because we know Zack Galifianakis is. But Robert Downey Jr. probably stealing clear of that.
And let's say for any fans of 2.5 Men, you'll get to see some of the cast in the film.
Yeah.
So.
Yes, although Charlie Sheen's causing lots of issues.
Yeah.
But it's interesting because Robert Downey Jr. is supposedly a good friend of Sheen's, and so there was sort of undertones to think about that.
Right. Yeah. That was interesting.
And it even makes more sense with that ending being there now after the situations he's been getting himself into.
Right.
Now, do you think people, what ratings would you give this? Out of 5 stars, what would you say this movie would you give it?
I love the dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, dog gets 5 stars.
Look at her. We're going to have to put Lily down. She's going apeshit.
Dog gets 5 stars.
You got to calm down.
You wouldn't get it in any movies.
Movie gets 3.5 stars.
Yeah.
Our last dog was almost an underdog. Max, remember that?
Yeah.
Lulu, you're not going to end up in anything.
It had some good bit parts, and I liked all the appearances, and it was funny. But
I didn't think it was as good as Hangover and his other film Road Trip. I liked it though. It was definitely it was a little bit more heartfelt than some of his other movies.
Yeah,
it's got a lot more emotion.
Yeah.
Definitely when you compare it to things like Old School and things like that he did. It's definitely worth seeing. I didn't absolutely think it was the best thing. Like, I liked Hangover better, didn't you?
Yeah.
I liked Hangover better.
Yeah. But this still was good. There were certain points, though, didn't it seem a little bit like way too over the top?
Yeah.
When they flipped the car and stuff.
And then they lived.
Yeah, like
it was
that.
like
If you flipped the car like that, you'd be dead. There's no way you would have walked away.
It felt like Home Alone at parts where they were getting injured, and it was just not realistic.
But it didn't seem like a lot of the stuff that happened could really happen. Yeah. Like the stuff at the border. We're not going to say everything that happened, but just some of that stuff, like if the things did happen, they would have been arrested later on, wouldn't they have?
Yeah, the cops wouldn't have stopped.
Been shot.
I know. That's the one thing they always in these movies. They always have things happen that if really did happen in real life, they would end up in jail, locked away.
Right.
Am I right about that?
Right.
Yeah. So people, should they see this movie, or what would you say?
Yeah. No, absolutely. But I kind of want to wrap it up. I got Polo Loco. I don't know if any of you guys know Polo Loco, but it's sort of like the West Coast version of Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Now let's ask a question to people, though. It comes with tortillas on the side. Are you supposed to put the chicken in those tortillas? Tortillas. Yeah, but are you supposed to put them in?
No, it's like a roll.
No, it comes with it comes. Yeah, it's like you eat a roll, like a biscuit at Kentucky Fried Chicken.
I thought
and
you
it
might
comes
make
with
it
2
in.
pieces of chicken, rice, beans. I got the corn cobettes. I like those little miniature.
It just seems like a weird thing to come with a tortilla. It's like
it's not a tortilla, and it's rolled up. It's just like a roll.
Okay, is he right about that? Let me know if he's right about this. Wrapping up the tortilla.
I'm right about it. Yeah.
So what stars
what
would
do
you
think?
give?
You'd like undo the chicken and take the wing
I know
out,
you take it
and
apart
open all
and
the
put
meat out and
put
put
beans in it and everything.
Yeah, we'll
That's a
go to
mess.
Taco Bell then and get it that
Get
way.
this
Oh, I
crappy
don't like
chicken and
that.
Taco Bell.
Okay
Look,
then. At least though we sold it to the better theater than the last one though.
Yeah, this
Yes,
was
this
like
The last one was
This
those Abe
wasn't-
Lincoln seats.
this wasn't
No,
the
that's
tough
right.
seats.
Right.
No.
I didn't have a sore ass.
And
by
they
the time it
sell
was
little
over.
cups of cookies, which
Yes.
Oh yeah,
of
the
course,
cookie.
yeah.
The
He's
fat
gotta
guy has
get-
to get.
Of course,
a
he got
big
the
cup.
cookies.
He didn't share them at all. Nobody got one but him. He got them all.
No, but let's also mention they played 2 trailers for Owen Wilson films. Was that
They were-
Warrior?
they were
right
One
after each
another.
other. It
And the
was
one
just-
Owen Wilson has this weird haircut
Hairdo,
that
yeah.
makes him look
Yeah.
like a Pee-wee kind of guy.
Yeah,
It was
it's kind
It's
of
bad. Don't do
Stupid.
that kind of look again, Mr.
Yeah.
Wilson.
What's that? A week off from marriage or something? What's it called?
Take
You
free
don't-
pass
Free
or
pass.
something.
Yeah.
You don't really notice his broken nose as much with that haircut, though.
Oh,
That's
I
one
guess.
thing,
I
but-
always notice.
So
the
let's say
nose.
stars though. People want to know stars. Out
Okay.
of 5 stars. what
3.5 or 4 at best.
5
I'd
for
say.
the dog.
Yeah, that was
4 for
great.
Lewis, looking better.
Mhm.
3.5.
3.5. Yeah.
I like
Yeah.
Zach's clothes.
It wasn't perfect, like we said. It was good, but it was so over the top in certain
Yeah.
parts. It was the same like with Road Trip going over
Yeah.
that big bump, and I don't know.
I liked him, and it's kind of a funny story too. But that was a way different character than this that he played. Where it was
This
way
one I think
serious.
is pretty much just the way he
You're
is.
out of the
Yeah.
screen, Lulu. That's
But
too
we'd
bad.
say probably about 3.5 out of 5
Yeah,
stars.
yeah, we said it. Let's wrap it up
All
so I
right,
can eat the
yeah,
chicken,
you're
okay?
eat your
I'm hungry.
chicken.
And if you like us doing this, we'll keep doing it. If you
Yeah.
don't, again, I say.
I always seem to get on the edge, and then I look fatter
Yeah.
than I
Well, I
actually
wanted to
am.
sit down so I wouldn't have a double chin, but then it doesn't. I can't get in the
Yeah,
screen.
you can't
Next
tilt
time
the
I'm
camera
being in the
properly.
middle.
No, I
Look
like
how
my
fat
spot
I look
here. I
now.
think
Well,
that's
I
good.
look fat too. We all look
Oh.
fat.
Well,
We're a fat
If
family.
the
No,
fat fits,
yeah,
good.
yeah. Shoe
I
fits.
don't even know.
All
All right,
See you
bye.
next time.